Welcome back to Black Girls Read, and I am your host, Indigenous Rican Bruja. And today we are going to take a look at some of my forgotten decks, hashtag forgotten decks, but not really. The only reason they got a little forgotten was because I've gotten other decks. But I want to revisit these cards. Not only did they get forgotten because I got other decks, but because I wanted to read the guidebooks. Some of these decks you just need to read the guidebooks, and some of them just took a back seat. So here we go. So my first deck is this one here is the Luna Soul Tarot. The Luna Soul Tarot, right? I love the backs. The backs are really pretty. And I like that it's a pastel kind of look to them. It is also definitely a multicultural deck. They have about two or three additional cards in it, maybe a little bit more than that. But I will do a walkthrough of this deck. I do want to use it again. I probably touched it a few times, you know. Okay, I like that Four of Swords. You know, the energy is light, but at the same time is like, you know, some serious energy, you know. Okay, so that's one deck, and I would like to get back into using my Luna Soul. Then we have this one, the Tarot of the Sacred Sisterhood. And of course, this is what the back looks like. And I love it because the cards are in French, but of course, if you know the cards, you know the cards, right? So, La Mort, which is death. I love the color, the tones. Okay, and I do feel it is multicultural. Okay, the tones. I want to get back into this deck. Okay. I do believe it's a non-binary, inclusive, even people with disabilities. Yeah, but I'll do a walkthrough. I'm sure there's walkthroughs out there on this deck, but I would like to work with it a little bit more. Yep, and that is the Tarot of the Sacred Sisterhood. Okay, and then we have the Tarot Avatara, which is a tarot deck that is dedicated to Frida Kahlo, whom I love. Okay, and this deck, it's not an old deck, but it is a deck that I put aside because I wanted to, you know, get more of a feel for the guidebook, and in order to be respectful to the energies of the card and the energies of Frida Kahlo, which is what the author really worked diligently to, you know, to illustrate. So I love that one, the Tarot Avatara by, who is this by? By Gabby West, and the Luna Tarot is by Darren Schill and Mike Medagil. Not gonna chop it up. So, and both of these decks actually are by Gabby. So this Bonfire Tarot, I've had this one for years and really rarely used it. But it's so much going on in this deck, but I do appreciate the artwork. This sister, Gabby, I love her artwork. I appreciate it. And it is kind of Rider-Waite-ish, but you'd have to know the symbols. And I think she uses either pine cones or pineapples as the wands, the suit of wands, but she still names it the wands. Hangsman. So maybe I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there are walkthroughs of some of these decks, but I might do my own walkthrough of it. So that one is the Bonfire Tarot. And then another deck that I've had for years is the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. And I really appreciate. As an artist, I appreciate all artwork, and most of my decks is because I appreciate the artwork. However, there is a deeper spiritual connection that I do get with my decks. I just don't talk about that, right? So here, I really love the artistic style of this deck. The fact that they incorporated a lot of ATRs in here, Santeria, Voodoo, right? And apparently the person who created this deck is also initiated into these systems. So I want to it doesn't traditionally give the Rider-Waite vibe, so I need to study the deck some, but I love it. Either that or just use it as an oracle. So these are some of my forgotten decks that I'm going to get back into. And here's an oracle deck that is on my forgotten list, but I appreciate this deck. It is called, what is the name of this one? This one is the Sacred Hags Oracle. The Sacred Hags Oracle. And I have them in order because I was going to walk through this deck. So the Sacred Hag Oracle, it is a multicultural, intergenerational deck. This is a deck that I need to read the guidebook in order to really understand the cards, and they're color coded for a reason, right? But I'm not walking through them right now. I will do a walkthrough, kind of discussing that a little bit when I get into the guidebook some more. But yeah, these are a few of my forgotten decks that I want to get back into. Let me know what you guys think. If you have a question on any of these decks, if you want me to make a walkthrough quicker than I probably will, just let me know. Yeah, and thanks for watching.